Be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
On the third day, there was a wedding at Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars of the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with the water." And they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine and did not know where it came from, even though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the steward called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this, he went down to Capernaum with his mother, his brothers, and his disciples, and they remained there a few days. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, first of all, wish you a happy feast of Korattymuthy. Today's Gospel passage, we heard how a merciful and loving mother intervened the difficult situation of a family. As I was reflecting on this passage, I was thinking there were many people were there in that house, their close relatives, brothers and sisters, close friends. So many people were there. But only Mother Mary knew what they were lacking, what was their need. I was just thinking, why only Mother Mary knew first? Usually, when there is something is less in the kitchen, who knows first? From our experience, who knows first? Nobody knows. Of course, maybe mother or family members may be knowing. But if an invited guest, if she or he wanted to know what is less in the kitchen, what should be there? What should be there? Or are looking around? If you want to know something less in the kitchen, we should go to the kitchen, isn't it? We should go to the kitchen. Then only we will know what is lacking or what is excess there. The point I want to tell you is, if you want to go to the kitchen of an invited house, we should have that freedom, isn't it? Isn't it? If you have the freedom to go anywhere in the house, then only we can go to the kitchen and inquire what is there or helping them. Mother Mary had that freedom in that house. Even though she was an invited guest, she went willingly into the kitchen and knew. There are so many things we need to learn from this passage. The first thing is she knew what they were lacking. Then she told her son, do something. She knew something is lacking, and she told the same to her mother, her son, that they are lacking wine. Please do something to save the name of that family. They are in a difficult situation. Usually, in our modern situation, whenever there is something lacking, whenever there is some issues, whenever some difficulties in others' life, others' personal life or family life, or any crisis anywhere, modern tendency is to celebrate that difficulties before the world. In ancient times, there were gossips through the words. Go to the nearby houses and just tell, these people are not having this, they are like this, they used to say. So the gossips were very less spreading. Nowadays, social medias are there. Just click of one hand throughout the world, we will know what they are lacking, what is their difficulties and all. The world is ever ready to celebrate the difficulties and the crisis moments of different people. In this world, in this era, Mother Mary's example is very important. She knew to whom to tell, what to tell, and to wait for the result. She could have told, like any one of us, to those who are sitting there, murmur there, they have not considered so much wine, enough wine. They are running out of wine. So that family's name could have been spoiled. But she did not do that. This is example we need to follow. There is no family without any lack of anything or lack of crisis. There is no individual who is perfect. But whenever we find out some imperfections or crisis, we should go to the person, right person, and tell him. Then there will be result. Normally what we do, we don't tell the right person. We tell the right thing to the wrong person, and the whole chaos take place. And the Mother Mary's perfect example of patience is seen there. Mother Mary tells his son, do something. They are in a very difficult situation. In front of such invited guests and other people, Jesus tells her, this is not my business. My hour has not come. You just imagine. You are just telling to your children, do something, and in front of others, they are telling, this is none of my business. What will be your feeling? What will be your feeling? We may be yelling at them. We may be angry at them. We may give, if it is small children, we may bite them. Beating. But Mother Mary's example is wonderful. She says she was very confident in her son. That's why she is telling to the servants that do what he tells. Do what he tells. Then after that, Mother Mary doesn't speak anything. Then Jesus comes front and he takes the action. This is what we need to do in our life. When there is crisis or difficulties, whatever happens, tell to Jesus and let him do. Or what he says, let us follow it. Surely then there will be miracle. And next step is very important. That Jesus is telling the servants, stewards, that fill the jars with water. Fill the jars with water. So the servants, without any difficulties, follow exactly what Jesus was telling. They fill the jars until the brim, and the water became wine. The important thing we need to notice here is some human effort is needed. It is not the empty water simply filled with wine, but human effort to, when human listened, Son of God, and filled the water become wine. The same way, we too have emptiness in our life. I and you have emptiness in life. It may not be of the wine. It may not, wine is only a symbolic representation. It may be emptiness of love. It may be emptiness of care. It may be emptiness of support. It may be emptiness of morals. Whatever it is, each one of you, if you think, we may have our own emptiness. The important thing is, place it before the Lord and do what He tells. In this case, the water was sufficient enough to make it a reality of wine. In our emptiness, we know what are our emptiness. Jesus constantly tells us what to do. Here the servants listen the voice of God and act accordingly, then miracle happened. And it happens when we go to Jesus or Jesus come to our life. When we come to Jesus through the Holy Eucharist, when we come to Jesus through our brothers and sisters, He tells you and me, do this. Do this. Fill your emptiness with this. Maybe fill your emptiness with prayer. Fill your emptiness with penance. Fill your emptiness with love. Whatever it may be, He is telling us. Very important thing is just to listen to His voice, what He tells, and just follow it. Then there will be a miracle. There will not be any doubtful situations. As we celebrate the feast of Korattymuthy, it is also a feast of a loving mother. Have you observed closely the statue of Korattymuthy? If you observe, Korattymuthy is with a child Jesus in her hand. And the same way, we are coming close to Jesus. Now I celebrate this Holy Mass. Throughout the Holy Mass, people are flocking by kneeling down and coming to the altar and bowing and going back. Coming closer to God, coming from outside to inside with penance and prayer. And this is very unique to this place. Very unique to this place. It is not only those who are participating, they experience the blessing, but those who are seeing also experience the blessing. And such a loving mother is very much present in this place. And this Mother Mary's love is very visible in her apparitions. Different parts of the world, Mother Mary appears to different people and give the message of love and peace and penance. She wants all of us close to God Himself. Listen to God, her Son of God, and come to peace and life. As we continue to celebrate this Holy Eucharist and the feast of Korattymuthy, let us specially pray for at least to have one or two virtues of Mother Mary in our life. As we heard today, let us have the freedom to enter into the life of the people. Let us have the freedom to support and encourage people, especially when they are in difficulties. Let us also ask for the grace to listen to the voice of God, especially in our emptiness, to fill us with His grace. To have miracles in our life, to change our life. Today we read the Gospel, wedding at Cana. And we are in different places. We have come from different families. Let us also very specially pray for our own families, our own friends, our own relatives, this beautiful place. Those who have come here to experience more and more the love of the mother and to share the same love with everyone. We should not be the same person when we go out from this chapel. Let us ask the good Lord for the grace to listen to the voice of God, to listen to patiently and have changes and miracles in our life. May the good Lord bless you all. Let us continue to pray.